of the Pacific. Again, we're looking for more information, and the minute we get it, we're going to bring that to you. But joining me now on the phone is Jose Cordero. He runs the Cordero Group, but he has more than 21 years of experience with the New York Police Department, NYPD. Your experience when you heard that this was happening, sir, what went through your mind right off the bat?
You know, it was a quite shocking to see just how, the number of people injured or killed as a result of this incident, and it's unfortunate when anyone's killed, but clearly here we have a mass casualty incident in a relatively quiet community, something that it seems to be increasingly more common these days than in the past. And of course the chaos, not only for the victims and those who are sheltered in classrooms and staff, but also for emergency responders and the chaos they must be they were exposed to and dealing with early on.
It's very hard for us to know if some of the injured were injured by being shot or by rushing to hide, because when you have a chaotic situation like this, people are doing whatever they can to survive. So we don't have clarification on any of that. But when you hear that one single man was able to walk through classroom by classroom, systematically killing people, this is awfully reminiscent of the most horrific shooting here in this area, and that was Newtown, Connecticut, where children, tiny 5-year-olds, were murdered by a lone gunman. What does this tell you? And as we wait to hear more on the detail of the actual perpetrator, what's your best guess on what kind of person this was?
Well, obviously someone who is bent on committing these horrific crimes. In school classrooms and in school environment, you present, in one classroom a lot of targets, a lot of defenseless targets.
Yeah.
So, it's you as the person or the criminal or the suspect goes from one classroom to the other, and we don't have the facts. We don't know how many classrooms he actually went to, or to he, for that matter. Were actually where people were shot, but my sense is that depending on the caliber weapon that you have or the type of weapon today, obviously with semi-automatics and assault type weapons, you can actually shoot and injure and kill a lot of people that are confined in a small space.
Well, as we know from what happened in Newtown, one tiny little girl was shot more than 5 times. So we don't know exactly what happened here, but there is one detail that is now coming out. We are hearing that at least one female victim was shot in the chest at the college. These details are coming in very slowly because it is a chaotic and dramatic situation. What you have on your screen right now is a still photo. And let me just explain, Jose, because it is a chaotic and dramatic situation. What you have on your screen right now is a still photo. And let me just explain, Jose, what we're showing. It's a couple of ambulances. Make that 3, but behind them there are probably many more. For a small city like Roseburg, Oregon, what do you expect? What kind of help are you getting from all the areas around that? And will people come from as far away as Portland and Eugene?
No, absolutely. This is the type of situation. Look, we have information that the shooter's down, but clearly the search by the police and the search teams are not over. They have to ensure that, in fact, there was only one shooter, that they've gotten to and cleared all the areas of the entire college. So this is going to be resource intensive, not to mention caring for the injured and those who have died. But so it's going to require a lot of assistance. I imagine that the county sheriff, the city, the town, school police officials, as well as state police are involved in coordinating these operations. One
of the coordinations that's happening right now, and we're just hearing, is that students and faculty members are being moved. Now that this shooter has been incapacitated, they are moving these students and faculty members who were probably hiding in closets and classrooms. They're being bused to the Douglas County Fairgrounds and apparently can be picked up there. Jorge, stay with us for a moment. I need to get to Jerry Willis. She's up in the newsroom. She's got the very latest on the actual timeline, Jerry.
That's right. That's right. So at 10:30 West Coast time, they are 3 hours behind us, as you know, Liz. Authorities there, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, responding to calls of an active shooter at the Umpqua campus. Now, Umpqua Community College, I have a little more detail on that. We talked about how they have 3,300 full-time students. It's actually much bigger than that because they also have 16,000 part-time students. So that makes it sound like a much bigger campus than we originally thought. Again, this is in Roseburg, Oregon. And as I get more, I'll pop back on.
I need to clarify something, and Jerry and Jose would agree with me. When we say 15 people have been killed, that number could change. We pray it does not go higher. We hope it goes lower. There is some question as to how many people have been killed, whether it's 10, 15, possibly more. There are those who are wounded who may come out of this. People thought they were dead. They're not. Let us just say that for those who are holding out hope. I want to bring